This instructional video will provide you with some compelling reasons why you need to take the release of trauma that is trapped inside the body seriously. I've discussed how trauma attaches to the cells like glue. I've used words that are rather vague and abstract. The trauma is embedded at the, quote, cellular level. All of that sounds pretty impressive, perhaps a bit academic. The reality is, however, that trauma is evident in all aspects of the physical body. Each and every traumatic experience that we have winds up being imprinted in our physical body. We wind up having one eyebrow that's higher than the other. We wind up having a nose that's juxtaposed to the left or the right. The left side of the mouth is where we talk. The right side tends to stay still. You've all seen this. You've watched people in videos talk, perhaps even me, and you've noticed, wow, that guy is talking out the side of his mouth. He's probably not telling the truth. Think back on images that you've seen of individuals who you might have been in high school with, and compare the image of them when they were a teenager today. If you know them today, you'll notice quite a dramatic difference. For some individuals, you can't actually even recognize them today when you haven't seen them for many years. Well, of course, one of the reasons for this is aging, but the question I raise is, well, why is it that people physically have such dramatic transformations in their physical appearance? The answer, my friends, is that everybody, as they pass through their life, exhibits significant evidence of trauma in our physical body. Stand at the mirror, cover up half of your face and look at that half of your face, and then cover up the other half and look at that half. For most people, you'll notice, doesn't even look like the same person. Why is that? Is that just random? Is that just how we grow older as human beings? And the answer that I have for you is no. The reality is that the imprints of trauma are evident in our physical body. I looked back at some of the videos I've been posting on the course, and all of a sudden I realized, whoa, I'm holding one shoulder higher than the other shoulder. Well, why is that? Am I nervous? No, it means that there is trauma that is embedded in my physical body. So having said that, the encouragement that I have for you is the following. When trauma release work is taken seriously, when we engage a journey to say to ourselves, we want to release all of the trauma that is basically constricting the tissues in our physical body, we actually begin to look younger. Our faces look more youthful. Our bodies become more youthful. Aging literally is reverse. I've always been astounded at the number of individuals that will have cosmetic surgery. As they age, they'd like to be able to tighten up their face because for whatever reason they feel like they've got evidence of aging that is progressing too quickly. You really do not have to ask a surgeon to tighten up your skin and straighten up your face. All you really need to do is to find a therapist who really knows what they're doing, who can facilitate the release of the trauma that is trapped throughout the tissues of your body. I've mentioned specifically the face. I've mentioned the shoulder. Keep in mind that trauma is everywhere. The hands, the knees, the thighs, the calves, the feet, depending on our reaction to when the traumatic event actually occurred. When I was quite small, my parents felt as though an appropriate punishment was to take a stick and slap my hand like that, so they would whap me. It wasn't as if it was that hurtful, but of course it was pretty scary for a young child. So what you can do is, if you can call back and remember any kind of traumatic experience like that, what you'll notice is that when that event was about to occur, you always reacted physically in probably a similar way. So for me, this hand tended to be whapped more than this hand because my mother and my father were right-handed. So they would force me to put my hand out. So what am I going to do with my body? Even before they get near me, I go like that. In other words, I'm going back. And of course, what that's going to do is that's going to create some restrictions in the physical body. The point, in summary, is the following. The concepts that I'm introducing, yes, they are conceptual. I agree they are abstract, but there's nothing abstract about what trauma does to the imprinting on the physical body. It is real. It makes a huge difference. And the best news of the day is the restrictions do not have to remain. Once the releasing work begins to unfold, what you'll all of a sudden notice is you begin to look like a more youthful individual who obviously is a person who has more energy, is less depressed, and as it turns out, when the trauma begins to release, the body has enough energy to be able to heal whatever imbalances might be currently affecting your symptoms. Look at yourself in the mirror, look at others. You'll notice there are lots of restrictions. Everyone has trauma. Everyone holds their body in one way or another. So as you can hear, the waves of the sound are coming in as I conclude this instructional video. Let the waves come through you as you engage these therapies and as you set your intention to release any and all trauma that is embedded at the cellular level and in the tissues of your physical body. It is delicious work when you see what the end result is. It's not fun, but the end result is magnificent.